And a good Tuesday afternoon. Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights, VELCO Weather Hazards Forecaster. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities, Subaru, 802 Honda. They're all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Well, you can see here the 500 millibar flow, and switching over to visible, the clear slot here with drier conditions, mainly just some high clouds. We have a frontal boundary up to the north here with this trough of lower pressure, and of course colder temperatures on the backside. These colder temperatures will probably not reach us until sometime along about Wednesday night and into really the morning hours on Thanksgiving morning. A little bigger picture here with the visible satellite picture. You can see the colder temperatures on the backside of this upper level trough. Let's take a look at mean sea level pressure. And we'll also lose the 500 millibars. Okay, so this is the surface low. You can see the frontal system very plain here. Colder air sweeping into the backside. Warm and remarkably mild weather getting into Vermont with temperatures that should max out above 50 degrees in many areas. So looking at the weather headlines, overall no utility impacts are indicated going into early next week. We get some minor bouts of some wet snow. It'll mix with a little bit of rain on valley floors on Wednesday. And on Sunday, just some minor travel issues once again repeated, only affecting area roads for some travel issues. Nothing for utilities. Winds look to behave as well with levels under 80 thresholds, lower than say 40 miles per hour. We're starting out with a very mild Tuesday to start this period. For Arctic chill will end on Monday of next week. That'll be the coldest day coming. Temperature roller coaster ride this period and likely to continue through the end of the month into the first week of December. Six-hour panels here. This is later on this evening. And finally we get into overnight tonight, Tuesday night into Wednesday. We can see the encroach with a couple different shots of moisture here. This is rainfall basically, and maybe even some thunderstorm activity to form. This is a cold front, but it weakens as it moves through. These two never really get entangled. So taking a look at that one more time. You can see it moves on by. Some pretty good thunderstorms really heading off the coast. And then high pressure builds in just in time for Thursday, Turkey Day, gobble gobble. And then beyond that, we have the next weather system, a shortwave trough dropping down with pushed along by a very cold area of higher pressure. You can see a little bit of precipitation into northern Vermont. That's going to take place, it looks like, on late overnight Thursday night into Friday morning. And then that lifts north as a warm front. And that warm front pushes moisture on out. A little bit of a gradient wind, as I mentioned right here, with looking at, let's see, 96, just a little bit. This is into Friday night into Saturday morning, and we get into Saturday morning, just a little bit of some gradient winds here with the slightly tighter pressure gradient, but it looks like it stays below thresholds, but I suspect some channeling winds across the Champlain Valley. That'll happen on Saturday, November the 25th. When we get some rain shower activity move in, it may be mixed with a couple wet snowflakes, but for the most part it looks like it's going to be liquid. And beyond that, on Sunday, a fairly cold upper level trough is going to drop in, some lake effect moisture, but moisture starved in general. So expecting snow shower activity, which will probably accrue maybe a couple inches in some spots. And you can see this is by Monday, some Arctic chill in our neighborhood, along with an area of higher pressure beginning to build in. And just beyond the period, we'll take a look at that. It looks like that gets kicked on out and we warm back up again for another roller coaster ride. So up and down temperatures into the first at least few days of this coming December. The GFS ensemble is right on the money. We have a dry day today, and then tomorrow we have that precipitation working in and tailing off with a little bit of snow. Another dry day for Thanksgiving, and then some minor precipitation. You can see the sort of mixed back and forth with different precipitation types. Not a lot to see here. Just note that most of the heavy precip in the eastern coast area is mostly off the coast. A little bit of a drying trend as we get into Vermont. A little secondary area here with some half-inch rain precip amounts and 1-inch amounts up here. Pacific Northwest is going to continue with some atmospheric rivers into British Columbia, and some of those frontal systems make it down into Northern California. We're going to start looking at the 850 hectopascal level here. This is roughly about the top of Mount Mansfield. So temperatures aloft go up just a little bit, go back down, go back up, go back down, and every time we cross this point here, that's when we have mixed precipitation types. Now, by daily highs, warmest day is going to be today. This should be really up around 50 degrees. Cool night, not as warm during the day tomorrow, and then we cool off with that cold front, and then we kind of incrementally bounce back and forth upward to a much warmer day, it looks like, along about Saturday. And then beyond that, another downward tick here, and away we go. Maximum 5-day high temperatures, anomalous, about 0, and a little warmer to the east of us, a little warmer to the west of us. We're in the cool spot. What about 3 days later? Looks like this. Looks like we cool off just a little bit. Looking at northern Vermont snow cover, and you can kind of see the picture here where the heavier snow cover is really up in the northern areas. This general area here north and east of the Great Lakes has been kind of storm central for the most snow recently across North America. Still a fair amount of snow in the Yellowstone area, northwest Wyoming, southeastern Montana, the northern Rockies, the central Rockies, a little bit into the Sierra, a little bit into the Cascades, but this has been the major area. It's been generally north of the U.S.-Canadian border in terms of snow. Now, during the month of October, over North America, we gained some snow, and right here we're at decadal highs, as you can see right there, in the first half of November. I am guessing, however, though, that we're probably going to see a lot of ups and downs as we head into December. I'm starting to see what could be interesting weather here at the end of December and into the month of January and February for what will be a snowier situation. Stay tuned on that. Right now, this is just a little better skill than really throwing darts. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.